So be sure to, if you're doing this, be sure to save the raw files as well as the Photoshop files as well as the Smooth Draw files. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I use Smooth Draw for, or the application that I was used to draw. I was using that. And if you recognize, I don't know if you saw that, but I created a Photoshop document that was 600 by 600, which is significantly smaller than the image itself, and that allows me to scale it proportionally to this Photoshop document, so we don't lose any kind of pixels or any kind of maximization. But the idea here is what I'm trying to do is trying to maximize the image onto that square document so that we get the full use of that area. And that'll be useful when using dimensions in CSS and designing our website, so we don't get confused on why the image seems smaller than it's supposed to be. So try to cover most of the area with the image. As you can see here, I got rid of the white background and the white coloring by using the magic tool, I think, the selecting magic tool, and it got rid of the white area so we can only have the outline. And from here, I'm going to create 3 or 4 different colors of the rocket. I chose to choose a blue color, which is going to be part of the theme in this website. It may change in the future, I don't know, but I decided to use blue, and this seems to be a nice blue. And if you guys want to find nice colors or flat design colors or material design colors, actually, you can also Google material design colors, and Google should be one of the first things that pops up. And I'm going to save these files as a JPEG image. And I'm going to repeat this process for black, dark gray, or just gray, white, and then the one that we already just did or doing right now, blue. So I'm going to have 4 different images, and that allows us to have some variety on the website when using the logos. I may not even use the other logos, I don't know. But I decided to create various colors just in case I needed them. And right here, if you notice, I'm Control-Zing or Control-Z all the way back to the original image instead of, using the paint bucket on each color again. And that's because if you continuously use the paint bucket onto an element on Photoshop, it would actually expand the logo or the width of the coloring, and it makes it look fuzzy and so forth. So I decided to go to the very raw image and then use the paint bucket there, then reusing the paint bucket after each color change. So that's just my pro tip. There's probably a more better way of doing this if you're a Photoshop master, but I am not. I even forgot to mention, if you don't have Photoshop and you want and you need it or you want it, there is actually an installation tutorial on my channel that is completely free. The download link should be working. If it doesn't, leave a comment on that video and I'll update the download link. But you can follow that tutorial and get Photoshop for free. And that's just me being nice. You could go check that out if you want. So that's it for this design. I'm going to save these files in my XAMPP HT docs folder. So I'm going to go to XAMPP, I believe, XAMPP HT docs website. I'm going to create a new folder called images, and we're going to use that to our advantage later, or we're going to use this path later. And I'm going to save all these files into this folder. It is best to name your logos or your images in a format that is consistent through all your other images, just to be organized. Here I create Photoshop and Smooth Draw folders. I do not recommend this if you're going to upload this website into an actual web hosting service, because it's unnecessary information to be loaded onto the website. I'm just doing this because I'm just going to run this locally for now, so speed is not really an issue. So you don't have to put these Photoshop or Smooth Draw files onto your website. You just need the raw JPEG, PNG, or SVG files. I just did this for my sake and keep my organization sufficient for me. So I guess that's it. I guess in the next video, we'll actually start designing the nav bar, which will be pretty fun to do, hopefully. And with that being said, I'll see you next time.